All right, we are back with another preview clip of our partner podcast. If you're brand new to the Birth Hour, you may not know that we also have a Patreon community. This is a group of listeners partnering with us to support the mission and message of the Birth Hour. Many of them have been with us for years, and we'd love to have you come join us. This is the series that we launched just this month for our co-producers via Patreon. That's a specific tier at Patreon. There's several different tiers to choose from, where every Friday, my husband, Richard, interviews partners about their perspective of pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. Let's get to the preview clip, and if you're interested in hearing all of these episodes, head over to patreon.com/birthhour and become a co-producer today.
You mentioned that you were doing some of your techniques. Do any particular Bradley method techniques stick out for you that were particularly helpful?
I kind of liked the timing of the contractions and that kind of thing. And for me, it was very helpful to have like set points where, okay, if the contractions are this long and this far apart, everything's okay. If they start moving to this section, then maybe you call your midwife. And if they go over to here, then it's like, stop what you're doing. I was very thankful that I had that option. And for us, one of the best techniques that we had was applying counter pressure.
Oh, yeah.
And it became crucial. It was, I'm not a super strong guy, but for sure not weak. And I was pushing so hard on Sarah's back. I had a rolling pin and like my foot on the wall, and I was just pushing and it didn't seem like it, and it didn't seem like it could ever be enough.
Right.
So those,
same thing.
Those exercises were good. Yeah.
It's like exhausting. I remember at one point just kind of like just laughing about it, like during the thing, like this is absurd. I can't possibly push any harder.
I'm like, if any part of that baby is near where I'm pushing, it's got to be bruised. Like I can't imagine.
Let me think here. So. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you started labor at home?
We did. Yeah. So
what was the drive in like? Like how did that go for you to get into the birth center?
Well, we had, it's funny you mentioned that. So we, the drive in was a little hectic. We had a friend come down, and so our friend was driving the car, and I was, at least for our first delivery, I was in the back with Sarah applying that rolling pin. And so we got there to the birth center, which is like only 2 exits away from where we lived at the time. So not a big deal. Yeah. Right. And then I should say that our midwife, super experienced, many years in the field, had done some work abroad in very, very stressful situations, like very good midwife, and never had a hospital transfer. And so, of course, we were going to be the special ones that after hours, literally hours of pushing, we decided that it would be a good idea to transfer to a hospital. So that was the weird drive, the driving in the dark of night with my wife in the back seat and the midwife in the back seat. My wife is like actively pushing, and I'm like trying to drive down the freeway quickly, but not like dangerously. And so that was like thinking back on it, that was probably like the most exciting part. But in terms of just like, am I in a movie right now? What is happening?
What were you thinking and feeling about that?